Dembele.
For years, people called Ousmane Dembélé a disappointment. Too inconsistent, too injured, too chaotic. At FC Barcelona, every bad touch became criticism, every injury became another meme, and slowly, football fans started forgetting something important. The talent was always terrifying, but one player never seemed to doubt him: Lionel Messi. Even during Dembele's difficult Barcelona years, Messi constantly trusted him on the pitch, encouraged him publicly, and kept believing in his potential. Years later, after Dembele's unbelievable rise at PSG and Ballon d'Or winning season, Messi personally congratulated him again, calling him deserving of the success. And honestly, now the entire football world finally understands why. Because under Luis Enrique, Dembele didn't just become good, he became one of the most dangerous players in football. Champions League winner, Treble winner, Ballon d'Or winner, leader of PSG's new era. But the story didn't begin in Paris, it began years earlier, when Messi saw something in Dembele that most people couldn't yet understand. Let's start from the beginning. Chapter 6, Barcelona signed chaos after Neymar left. When Barcelona signed Ousmane Dembélé in 2017 after Neymar's departure, the pressure was ridiculous immediately. Not just because of the transfer fee, because of who he was replacing. Neymar leaving Barcelona emotionally shocked the club. Suddenly, Messi lost one of his closest attacking partners, and Barcelona desperately needed another explosive winger quickly. That's where Dembele arrived. Young, explosive, unpredictable. And honestly, completely chaotic. The talent was obvious instantly. Two-footed dribbling, acceleration, creativity. Defenders looked uncomfortable every time he attacked space. But emotionally, he wasn't ready for the pressure around Barcelona yet. Injuries started destroying momentum constantly. One great performance would finally build confidence, then another injury interrupted everything again. And because Barcelona during that era became increasingly unstable structurally, Dembele often looked isolated emotionally too. Fans expected Neymar-level consistency immediately, but that was never realistic. And slowly, criticism became louder every season. Missed chances, poor decisions, fitness problems, everything got amplified. But interestingly, Messi never stopped trusting him on the pitch. Even during difficult matches, Messi constantly looked for Dembele's runs, encouraged him after mistakes, and kept involving him aggressively in attacks. That matters because elite players recognize dangerous talent quickly, and Messi clearly saw something others were missing. Chapter 5, Messi understood why Dembele was different. Match reference, FC Barcelona versus Liverpool FC. One thing people misunderstood about Dembele at Barcelona was this: chaos was part of his game, and honestly, Messi understood that better than almost anyone. Against Liverpool in the Champions League semi-final first leg, Dembele missed a huge late chance that could have completely changed football history emotionally. Fans exploded afterward, but Messi didn't react publicly with frustration toward him. Why? Because elite creators understand risk. Dembele's game was never supposed to look perfectly controlled every second. His unpredictability is exactly what makes him dangerous. 1 second the touch looks messy, the next second 3 defenders are gone. That's rare, and Messi always seemed to understand that unique quality about him. Because even during difficult Barcelona periods, Messi constantly kept combining with Dembele in important moments instead of avoiding him. That trust matters enormously inside football dressing rooms, especially coming from the greatest player of all time. And honestly, Dembele later admitted how much he learned playing besides Messi and Iniesta at Barcelona. After winning the Ballon d'Or, he specifically thanked Barcelona and said playing with Messi was a great learning experience. At the time, many fans only saw the inconsistency. Messi saw the ceiling. But even Messi's belief couldn't protect Dembele from the biggest problem that nearly destroyed his career completely. This is the saddest part of Dembele's career story, because for years, his body simply refused to cooperate with his talent. Every time he built rhythm, another injury arrived. Hamstrings, muscle setbacks, recovery delays. It became exhausting emotionally for everyone around him. And honestly, many fans eventually stopped believing he would ever fully recover mentally or physically. That's what constant injuries do to players. Confidence disappears slowly. Decision-making becomes hesitant, movement becomes careful, fear starts entering the game. Against Dortmund and other Champions League nights during his Barcelona period, you could actually see moments where Dembele looked emotionally scared to fully trust his body again. That's brutal for explosive players, because his entire game depends on instinct and aggression. And yet, despite everything, Messi still kept supporting him publicly and privately according to multiple reports around the club during those years. That loyalty now matters looking back, because many players emotionally disappear after years of criticism and injuries. Dembele somehow survived it, and honestly, that survival completely changed the next phase of his career. Chapter 4, Dembele became more than a dribbler. Match reference, Paris Saint-Germain vs Arsenal FC. Earlier in his career, many people viewed Dembele as pure chaos on the wing. Entertainers get praise, controllers win trophies, now he's both. Against Arsenal, Dembele didn't just beat defenders individually, he controlled transitions, timed runs intelligently, and constantly manipulated defensive shape with movement. That's evolution. And honestly, that's why he suddenly became one of the best players in the world. Not because the dribbling improved dramatically, because the understanding improved. Now he knows when to accelerate, when to slow attacks, when to combine quickly, when to attack space directly. That maturity turned talent into dominance. Chapter 3, the Ballon d'Or changed everything. Match reference, 2025 Ballon d'Or ceremony. When Dembele won the Ballon d'Or, the football world reacted emotionally. Because it didn't feel like a normal superstar story, it felt like redemption. Years of criticism, years of injuries, years of doubt. And suddenly Dembele stood at the top of football. During his speech, he emotionally thanked Barcelona and specifically mentioned learning from Messi and Iniesta. That moment mattered because it showed something important. Even during difficult years, Dembele never forgot how much those Barcelona experiences shaped him. And honestly, Messi probably understood before everyone else that the talent would eventually explode if Dembele ever found emotional stability physically and mentally. That's exactly what happened. Chapter 2, Messi never judged Dembele like fans did. Match reference, FC Barcelona training years. Fans judge outcomes, elite footballers judge danger. That's the difference. While fans focused on missed chances or injuries, Messi kept recognizing the terrifying qualities Dembele had naturally. Acceleration, unpredictability, fearlessness. And years later, after Dembele's Ballon d'Or win, Messi personally messaged him saying he deserved the success and that he was happy for him. That moment felt symbolic, because the player many people mocked for years had finally become exactly what Messi believed he could become, one of the best footballers in the world. Chapter number 1, Messi was right about Dembele all along. Match reference, Paris Saint-Germain vs FC Bayern Munich. Looking back now, the signs were always there. The explosiveness, the creativity, the unpredictability. The problem was never talent, it was stability. And once Dembele finally found the right structure, the right coach, and the right emotional environment, everything changed. Now he's a Champions League winner, a Ballon d'Or winner, and one of the leaders of modern PSG. And honestly, Messi probably saw this version years before everyone else did, because great players recognize rare talent immediately, even when the rest of the world only sees chaos.